like that. They put them in teas. They make them into teas. And so, and there's a Swedish researcher right now that took almost our exact formula for our immune booster, and it has been for the last year testing it for COVID. And the response and the clinicals are supposed to be done next month, actually. So it ended yesterday or the day before, and then the actual report is supposed to be published next month. But those ingredients were what Zach has been taking those 3 individual ingredients for years. And he would just buy the individual powders and make his own. And we were like, well, that's an easy thing that we can do. Our recovery is geared more towards TBI and the research around mild TBI and TBI effects. And so we're using some stuff that's coming out of Texas A&M, some of the research that's coming out of Texas A&M to help guys that have traumatic brain injuries, and seeing that the main active ingredients that we're using are cytoclone and creatine. And then we have some other stuff in there as well to help with that recovery. But those are 2 out of the 3 ingredients that Texas A&M tested that have seen a significant reduction in TBI and mild TBI cases. And so we're like, well, again, that's another thing that fits our market. Like military guys, like I know I have issues. I know other guys have issues with that. So how can we introduce something that is good for, hey, I get a good workout in, but I'm also going to get something good for my brain too. And so that was like the recovery, the energy intensifier, obviously working out. I've taken tons of different pre-workouts and I hate all of them because like I have energy, but like I also like to get a little bit more to go into my workout and just get a good feel through my workout. But I don't need stuff to make my skin itch, or like I also don't want to take something where like I feel like I have a big bubble gut, because I do like to do more of like a CrossFit type workout where I'm doing a lot of calisthenics or I'm supersetting things when I work out. And I don't want to feel like I'm going to throw up. Right. Like, and so, again, when we designed it, it was like, how do we provide something that's a functional energy? So it's like, it's not an energy drink, but it's not like your hair's on fire pre-workout. And so it's an energy intensifier. So like, I'm going to give you that boost of energy, but I'm not going to give you those 2 extremes. And so we formulated that way for that. And then our hydration is the 4th one that we just came out with. Again, as we looked at it, it's like, why would you use a powder to try to rehydrate someone? It's like, well, I mean, you use IVs, you use, it's like all these things. If you need to hydrate someone, you're not putting powder into them. And so we figured out how to concentrate that down, emulsify everything down into that liquid form, and then give them more electrolytes and Gatorade, and even, it's basically like taking an IV in some water and then shooting it with a good flavor. So, and it doesn't have any artificial dye. So like kids like it too. And it's not like, they're sitting there with like purple lips because they drank a Gatorade that's just full of sugar and crap.
Or your poo comes out really green.
Yeah, exactly. So it allowed us ultimately. So I guess the short answer is it allowed us to open up a lot more products to the market for us. And we just saw a bigger opportunity to introduce things that we were already taking, but coming in at a different spin. So we really pride ourselves on not putting stuff in there that doesn't need to be in there. Why none of our stuff has any artificial coloring in there. Right. So there's no dyes, there's no artificial coloring, and it allows them to consume that product without your body needing to break down one other thing.
No, and it's definitely popular. Like I'm a big fan of the immunity booster, but like it's just telling because for that particular product, like the immunity booster, you guys have been, I know it's back in stock now, but there was some serious shortages I mean, as recently as 6 months ago. And it's probably even more recently that. So like, it's definitely popular. People are going after it. And I know the drinking bros promote the hell out of it too.
Yeah.
But, so
The
it's
immune booster,
significantly bigger platform than ours. But I mean, like, everybody wants to, get those vitamins and that immunity, especially in the last 2 years.
I mean, I've taken, like I said, Zach was taking it for years before. I just, that's what I was drinking in my Waterloo. I had the watermelon immune booster in the Waterloo. I drink at least one of those a day, and I have, all years this year. Not only because I like the flavor and things like that, but I do believe in the adaptogens that are bringing in there as well.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan. I love the liquids. I love everything that you guys have been doing. Obviously, you guys, we talk about it all the time, and we drink it all the time. I think that's what we're all drinking right now is some form of CardoMax and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I try to keep my kids out of it, though, because they just will go through everything, and then there's nothing left for me. So, gee, kids. But, Sean, you haven't sat still, in your life ever. And we're talking about CardoMax, but what's next for you? What are the big things on the horizon? When people reach out to you on Instagram or follow you, what can we expect coming next from you?
Yeah,
and Zach, I guess.
So I think some of the next things coming for us, we're continuing our world domination, just slowly but surely. We've hit some pretty significant milestones with the collective organization that we have. We made the Inc. 5000 list last year, which was a huge milestone for us. We're one of the top 5,000 privately held company, top 5,000 fastest growing privately held companies in America right now. And out of the top 5,000, we're right at 1,000. So, we're really stoked at hitting that milestone for us. But what was cool was this year. So that was all based on 2020 numbers. We hit 2020 numbers by April of this year. And so we're still just growing at just an incredible pace, which also has its own challenges, obviously, when you're growing that fast. And, when you look at Mapbox as an organization, has been around 10 years, but really Zach and I and the collective, I mean, everybody, it's not just Zach and I, but when you look at what we've really been able to focus, it's only been since about 2016, 17 timeframe that we've really been both solely focused on this, nothing else, and growing this. So, while we've been around 11 years, it's only been in the last 5 or 6 that we've really been able to devote time and effort to it. But we're really excited where things are going. CardoMax, being that this was our first year in business, and we almost hit 30,000 orders in our first year in business. I mean, we're just growing at an incredible rate, which is, Peaches, to your point, why Immune Booster was out of stock for so long. It's like, we kept on sending orders in. And at one point we had like 15 things that were needed to be produced, or we were going to run out of stuff. And we were just like, we were horse trading for things. It was like, man, I really want to get this hydration in. So just go ahead and put hydration up front. Like, I know it's going to suck. Immune Booster is going to be out longer, but it's just like the decisions you just had to make on that. But it was like, thankfully we have everything in stock right now. So everything is in stock. We've got a healthy supply of everything, except for recovery, which is a little bit low. But that's in production right now. And so is the hydration, which is also down too. I think we had about a month of inventory left on that stuff. So it's one of those weird things. It's like, we had on the Immune Booster, we had a 3-month supply earlier this year get consumed in 3 days. And it was like, look, I can't do anything with that. Like what we were projecting that was going to do for 3 months, there was nothing I could do. It was like, I can't like pull a rabbit out of my hat and like, hey guys.
You can't forecast that.
No, there's no way. We've done pretty good. We've got a lot. I've built a lot of different systems, hopefully checks and balances to help us. We're trying to put more inventory in and also watch it better to really see and project out. So, but really excited to see where CardoMax is going to go in this next year. I mean, arguably we're either one of, if not the fastest growing single serve liquid supplement company in America right now. I mean, we're growing at such a clip that it's fun. It's scary. And there's also a lot of pain in the ass to it too.
For sure. Well, we definitely appreciate the partnership with CardoMax, and it originated with Strikeforce, and we still got them on as well. But like, man, we love having you guys on, and everything that you guys are doing. Just because it's pretty cool. I think I had sent you a picture, maybe I had sent Zach a text, but it's cool being out there in the field with the guys and stuff like that. And then I see on their back, a Matbach piece of kit, and then one of the other guys was drinking a CardoMax. He had one of the shakers that had CardoMax on, and I was like, it's just kind of cool to just go like, yeah, I know those guys. It's pretty cool. So it's good to see people succeed.
No, appreciate it. We love it, and I mean, we love giving back too. I mean, it's something that's so critical for us too. I mean, we try to donate as much as possible back and do things and